Hi Pisces, welcome to your August 2024 horoscope. August is an intense month. And the reason for that is because there is one very big aspect, which is a square between Jupiter and Saturn. This square happens on August 19th, and it basically highlights for all of us this tension between hope and optimism, and honestly feeling stuck and pessimistic. You are one of the 4 signs, Pisces, unfortunately, that might feel this especially intensely. And this is because it's happening in your angular houses. You have Saturn in your 1st house and Jupiter in your 4th house. It might feel like there is a lot of hope, a lot of optimism, a sense of flow when it comes to your family and your home. But you might also feel like your own understanding of yourself, or maybe even your perception of who you are, and you know who you are as an individual. What are your values? Why are you here on this earth? How do you want to express yourself? What hairstyle do you want to have? What clothes do you want to wear? You feel blocked in that direction. You feel like you come off in a way that others maybe don't understand you, and you just in general feel blocked by Saturn in your 1st house. And I can imagine that, perhaps there's this sort of sense of identity that you're picking up from your family, the sense of identity that is very much influenced by your family. And as a result, that's also why you're struggling to form your own individual, your own unique sense of identity. So there's definitely that tension. There's definitely that feeling of the highest highs when it comes to hanging out with your family and feeling like you belong, but also the lowest lows when you consider you on your own and your own individual identity. So this square is happening on August 19th, as I mentioned already. But let's have a chat about the whole week prior to August 19th. Honestly, we're going to feel the build up to this square all the way from the beginning. But I think that August 14th is sort of like the spark that starts the fire, that starts the Jupiter square Saturn fire. On August 14th, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter. And the day later, Mars will square Saturn. With Mars conjunct Jupiter, there's almost a sense of optimism and hope that is helping us make a courageous choice, helping us make an action that we've been scared to do for a very long time. However, the day after, on the 15th, Mars squares Saturn. So it's almost like our action hits a wall put by Saturn. Saturn says, sorry, I know you're feeling optimistic. I know you just did something that you're probably very proud of, but that's not how it works. That's not how reality works. You might feel like the outcome of your courageous action is not as desired. And honestly, this will have an impact on your self-confidence. It will have an impact on your ability to enjoy life, to get in touch with your loving nature. And the reason I say that is because on August 18th, Venus will oppose Saturn. So our loving nature will also be faced with a wall by Saturn. Saturn will say, I know you want to feel good. I know you want to focus on the pleasures of life, but bam, that's not how life works. Bam, you need to deal with reality. And then, obviously the day after, on the 19th, we have that square with Jupiter and Saturn. So you can see how it slowly builds up throughout the week. One major thing that we need to mention about this square between Jupiter and Saturn is that it's also happening during a full moon. I know, it's insane. I was also quite surprised when I saw it online in my astrology software. But basically, this means that not only do we have the intensity from Jupiter and Saturn, but we also have the intensity from the opposition with the sun and the moon. For you Pisces, the sun will be in your 6th house and the moon will be in your 12th house in the sign of Aquarius. And honestly, this moon in Aquarius will make all of us feel isolated, like outcasts, feeling like we don't belong, feeling like these challenges we're facing are unique to ourselves. But honestly, that's obviously not the truth because we're all experiencing a full moon in Aquarius. So if you do feel like there is somebody you trust, please do open up to them. It might really help with some of that outcast feeling, and hopefully sharing your struggles and this other person sharing their struggles will help with a lot of that tension as well. And honestly though, for you Pisces, this full moon is in your 12th house, so you might especially feel like you want to isolate yourself, you want to withdraw, but again, I would advise to at least find one person that you can open up to. So we chatted a bit about Venus. On August 18th, we shared that Venus would oppose Saturn. But honestly, Venus has 2 more aspects during the month of August that will be just as challenging. So at the beginning of month, Venus will square Uranus. And at the end of the month, Venus will oppose Neptune. For you Pisces, Venus is opposing Uranus, who's in your 3rd house at the beginning of the month. So there might be some sudden changes, some unexpected changes with your local community, your siblings, your neighbors, that is making it very difficult for you to get in touch with that more playful side, that more loving side, making it difficult for you to enjoy your life, enjoy the pleasures of life. And at the end of the month, Venus is opposing Neptune in your 1st house. So at the end of the month, you're still again feeling like you cannot really get in touch with that loving nature. You're finding it difficult to enjoy things like good food and good art, good music. But this time, sort of the cause of that is not your local community, but now it's really this core issue of your identity. And it's you stripping away and letting go parts of these things that you thought were you, these things that you thought were your identity. You thought like, I am a swimmer, or I am a hiker, or I am a chef. And that you realize there's certain parts of who you thought you were that you have to strip away, that were not based in reality. And it's actually, during the stripping, during taking away these parts of your identity, that you find it difficult to get in touch with your self-confidence, with your love for life, with your enjoyment for life as well. And yeah, so I think in general, like all of these difficult Venus aspects will make it difficult again. How many times can I say difficult? Will make it challenging for all of us, honestly, to feel this more peaceful, harmonious, loving side during the month of August. But we do have one more positive transit during the month of August, which is the new moon in Leo on August 4th. For you Pisces, this is happening in your 6th house, which means you could be starting a new routine, a new exercise routine, a new diet, maybe a new sleeping schedule. Maybe you're introducing some sort of new supplement for your health. And maybe you feel like you're getting some recognition for it, and that you're sort of becoming like a leader, or like somebody to aspire to with those around you when it comes to health. Keep in mind during this new moon that we're building up towards that conjunction with Mars and Jupiter. Both of them are in the sign of Gemini, so you might be feeling extra hopeful. You might be feeling like you want to do 10,000 things, you want to talk a lot. But yeah, keep in mind Gemini can overextend itself, especially because we have Mars and Jupiter there together. That's a lot of very strong Gemini energy. So yeah, do enjoy this wonderful, optimistic new moon, especially because of what's coming up later in the month. But also do be mindful, because of all of that Gemini energy, not to overdo it. So that's everything for August, Pisces. I know it's a lot. I know maybe you're not looking forward to it that much anymore. But please do keep in mind that I think there's a learning lesson for all of us with this Jupiter and Saturn square. And also keep in mind that all of us will be affected differently, not just based on the houses that will be activated, but also based on what else is happening in our chart, based on how well our own natal Jupiter and Saturn are doing, based on whether Jupiter and Saturn are prominent or important planets in our charts as well. So please keep that all in mind going ahead. And I do hope that this horoscope helped provide some clarity, some comfort for the month ahead. And, all of this is temporary. Of course, we have a difficult aspect coming up, but it will come and it will pass. And I know that we will be standing on the other side, ready to fight some good fights again. Don't forget, Pisces, that when we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away one free reading. So if you want to make sure you grab a chance to win, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for joining me, Pisces, and I hope to see you again soon.